Okay, I can't find it. What's the statement? In 80 games that were played, MSI ADC was first picked 40 times. In other words, a role other than ADC was first picked 82.5% of the time. I mean, to be honest, like, when someone gets so mad that you don't trade with them, like, fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Trading is a privilege. It's not obligatory. Bro, you have to blind pick sometimes. You have to blind pick sometimes. Why do you think that if you don't get your trade, that you have the audacity or the ability to win trade the game? No. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's the first thing. Second of all, I don't know what he means with okay, a lot of the time ADC isn't first picked, but ADC is oftentimes blind picked, like very early on. Just because ADC is not picked B1, also like drafting in competitive and solo queue is completely different. Because in competitive, people are picking the most OP champion B1, and the whole draft is around picking the most OP champs. In solo queue, that's not happening, right? And everybody's not picking the most OP champion first pick. It's just like, does ADC want a first pick? Does jungle want a first pick? That's usually how it goes, you know? So you can first pick ADC, but you can also play to pick ADC 3-4 or 2-3 or like a little bit later and see a bit more of the draft. Both is fine. Like sometimes you should be willing to first pick, sometimes you'll pick later. But I think if your top laner, for example, wants to swap, I would always swap. Because top lane is very important to see more of the draft and get ideally counterpick. But if my mid laner wants to swap, the worst is junglers. Bro, if you are first pick and I'm like third pick and you desperately want to swap with me when you're jungle, fuck you. Shut up. No. It doesn't matter, bro. You're jungle. You can just pick whatever. Pick your little Viego. Pick your little fucking Trundle. I don't fucking care. Just pick whatever. And at the same time, the same goes for ADCs. If you are first picking ADC and you are desperately trying to swap with your jungle and you're like, I need a counter, I need swap. No, bro. It doesn't matter. It's not that deep. Only top lane and support should actually really care about swapping. Like trade order. Rest of the roles, bro, it doesn't matter. You can blind pick whatever you want on mid. You can blind pick whatever you want on ADC. You can blind pick whatever you want on jungle. Mid laners that think they can't blind pick, you're delusional. You're delusional. You're incredibly delusional. Unless you only play melee mids, then it's harder. But if you play mages, you can blind pick Hui. You can blind pick Orianna. You can blind pick Victor. You can blind pick Talia. You can blind pick Annie. You can blind pick Ahri. You can blind pick Aurora. You can blind pick fucking nearly every champion. Azir, you can blind pick. You know? Thank you much, Joachim, for the 5 months. Priscilla. Like if you play Kiana, Silas, Zed, yeah, ideally you'd want counterpick. But then that's your bad, you know? Your champ pool doesn't have a good blind pick. You made a bad champ pool.